We are live. This is the market update. I am your host, Bill Noble. Finally, something good happened on a weekend in crypto. The strategic crypto reserve is here. And did anybody think it wasn't going to be here? That's kind of ridiculous. I mean, the Orange Man said it was happening. Then he went into office, and then when everyone thought he was going to like moon their bags on day one, he didn't. He did his job as the president. Then, in case you're wondering, all of these ex-hedge fund managers, all these Soros guys, one in particular, went running into the president's office and said, "Hey, Mr. President, everybody in crypto's leaning bearish. Now's a good time to make our announcement because they won't sell the fact. They will buy the fact, cover shorts, liquidate everybody, and the market will go to the moon." Perfect timing. On a Sunday when all the Bitcoin ETF characters won't there, sending them scrambling on Monday and sending them a message, don't ever short this thing again. A very powerful message all the way around. Now, the biggest thing, which people have not gotten, is when is my coin going to be in the strategic reserve? And let me help everybody out with that right now, because actually it leans more towards alt season, although I'm not allowed to use that term anymore. It's more like Web3 season. Everybody thinks that, the U.S. government's going to come pouring into smaller-ish coins like Solana. Yes, they can, right? But it's going to kind of be all about Bitcoin. The real message of what the Orange Man said over the weekend is that they got to have Web3. This Doge show is just that. It's a show. It's a show. Oh, look, we're firing these people. Oh, look, this guy's sleeping at his desk in the office. Oh, look, we canceled the stupid contract. Whatever. I mean, yeah. Okay, it's good. Right. It's a show. Right. They got to have hundreds of billions of dollars in economic growth. Where are you going to get that? Oh, crypto and Web3. That's how. Now, how do you get that? Well, I don't know. You start mooning the big cap cryptos. Right. You start with Bitcoin, and then don't laugh. You ready? The most important coin that the Orange Man had a message and like a retweet was ETH. You don't have ETH, you don't have a cycle. You don't have ETH, you don't have Web3. Now, I know, Ethereum doesn't have meme coin trading and all that stuff, but guess what? That just became secondary. He wants stuff built on these platforms, period. Right? It's why Cardano is in there. Now, the other reason why it was Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, XRP, and Cardano, right? It's because if somebody went to Coinbase, that's normally what they do, right? It's like, okay, I don't know what to do, so let's do this. And it's funny, a little Brad Garlinghouse story. He put out a tweet that coin tribalism and maximalism hurts the space. And he's right. Because what happened was, I'm sure that, when XRP cozied up to the president, everyone lost their mind. Everyone got angry. It's like, wait a minute, I want my coin in there. And I can only imagine what a guy like Trump or even the people who are the crypto czars are listening as all the crypto bros go, "Wah, what about me?" He's like, shut up. Right? We all got to work together to build Web3, right? It may have taken a month, other than the fact that the president had other things to do, because they couldn't figure out what to do, because everyone was losing their mind because it wasn't their crypto in there. They were worried they were going to make people upset. Now, of course, in this case, after this hack and after bullish sentiment went to 10%, right? It was easy for them. They just picked 5 cryptos, but they're going to pick more. And even if they don't, they want Web3, right? You start mooning, you have Bitcoin at 150K, ETH at 4,000 or 5,000. Really, ETH should make a new high. you're going to have plenty of altcoins moving. Not to mention the fact that American-made cryptos, they're going to have this like transaction tax thing. So does this start a bull market? People, it was never not a bull market, right? They just did a really nasty correction that made you think it was over, which, is probably a generational bottom. I mean, you're never going to see Bitcoin in the 70s again. I'd be shocked if you ever saw that again, right? And of course, when it was at 81 or 85 the night before, no one wanted to touch it because everyone was afraid, or they missed the low, or it was one more dip. I mean, you see what I talk about when I talk about cryptos it's like self-installed kill switch. It's like, oh, I'm bearish. Oh, I'm bullish, but I want the dip. Oh, it went up. Oh, it's not my coin. You see what I'm saying? We got to drop this and be like, oh my God, it's a dip. Web3, let's go. That is the mentality you need to have. Not to mention the fact that if you got low quality cryptos, you can start rotating into higher quality cryptos, AKA stuff that's going to go up a lot. I mean, Bitcoin could be on a rope to 150. And all these characters that bear posted XRP because they thought it was cool. Wow, are they going to regret that? Seriously, they're going to regret that. All right, let's see who is here. I think everyone's back. We had like 10 people on the stream in the bear market. God bless those people. God bless everybody who's back because crypto is back. Carmenko, Horace, Alexandra here from Europe. Thomas, Arendam, what's up? The other Thomas, Zepedas, Warmon, Shelly, what's going on? Jav is here. Miguel, Vanessa, Alexandra. Mr. Lopez from a far off country with a green and red flag. Welcome to the show. Old Smoky, Gian, Leo, CL, Taz Pinball, Suchi, Miklo, Thin Bazaar, Anus, Dominic, Sam. Oh my God. What does ETH need to go up to? All it gets is very small pumps on good news and then right back to dumping hard. Okay, well, let's put it this way. ETH is going to be back because of high-powered money. We'll talk about it. Neff, good morning. Kaizen in the house. Okay, let's go. Let's just not even wait for anything. Wow, you really doubted him, huh? A bunch of North Korean hackers were going to derail an entire industry where truth and world liberty are invested in. With Michael Saylor at the White House or in D.C. doing briefings and speeches. Why do you think they did it on a Sunday night, by the way? That was a little hat tip to Michael Saylor because they want to blow out the MicroStrategy shorts so he can sell more stuff to buy more Bitcoin. It's like, hey, Mr. President, why don't you hook me up on Sunday night? Why did anybody think he wasn't going to do it? We were going to run away from North Korean hackers? Those North Korean hackers are meeting SEAL Team 6 as we speak. I mean, he picked up the phone and called whatever communist regime, whatever communist regime there was, and said, you give these guys up or else. I mean, he said it. We need AI and Web3. Right now, I don't see where AI is creating jobs. I don't. I really don't. So what does that leave? That leaves Web3, crypto. It's got to be. I mean, he's got to have crypto skyscrapers. He's got to have crypto Wall Street, right? I was telling people last night, Orange Man came up in the 80s and the 90s. When Ronald Reagan came in and Wall Street exploded. Everybody was in currency trading. Everybody was in bond trading. Everybody was in mergers and acquisition. Everybody was in equities research. Everybody was in. Everybody. Right? And that was even coming off inflation and high rates and all kinds of stuff. He wants the same thing. He's like, in his mind, and I get it, right? You're an old guy, crypto's new to you. How do you understand it? I was like, well, maybe we just build maybe we just build giant buildings and fill them up with crypto people doing crypto stuff. And how's that going to get done? I don't know. You got to get Bitcoin at like 200K by the end of the year, starting now, right? Otherwise, how long can you continue the Elon cost-cutting show? You know what I'm saying? Like the ratings on that are like this. It's like, yeah, okay, you're firing people, you're sending emails, you're scaring everybody. Okay, great. Now, how do we get billions and trillions of growth? There's only one way. And everyone doubted him. I mean, seriously, 9 out of 10 people. Like, you couldn't be bullish. You couldn't talk about it. It's like crypto like ground to a halt, literally. I'm not criticizing people. It happened to me. I just sat there and I was like, it was a 25% correction in price and a 90% correction in sentiment. And boom, the Soros guy catches everybody leaning the wrong way. Like, the next 25% correction, they'll probably buy it immediately. And then they'll take it up and then it'll be another 25% correction. Then the Soros guy will hit you again, right? Every time you get negative this thing, you're going to run into the Soros guy. I'm telling you. Oh, listen to the lefties on Bloomberg cry. Wah, Trump crypto rally fizzles. Shut up. Look at these characters. Look at this. The front page of Bloomberg this morning. What should the front page of Bloomberg say this morning? Crypto stocks set to open 10% higher. MicroStrategy, Michael Saylor, strategic reserve. Will the Fed buy the ETFs? Trump tariffs, Mexico, Canadians. Oh, Zelensky. Oh, here's crypto down at the bottom. Kroger. It's a grocery store. Okay, so we have Trump, we have crypto and Kroger together. They just hate him so much. They just don't understand that he's never, you don't have to like him. You really don't. You don't. I'm sure the Canadians are upset. I'm sure there's a lot of people who are upset. It's just not going to stop. Not going to stop. Right? That's the key. It's like, well, what about my coin? Dude, your coin is going to go up in like a Web3 season. Like the Orange Man is looking at his people, say, make this go up. Put money in people's pockets. Build a building, right? Make Brad Garlinghouse, make Ripple huge. Get something running on Cardano. Now, that's exactly what I would be saying. Bessent, shocked by scale of fraud with Doge, mocks vibe session. Instead of a recession, everybody just was vibing wrong. Yeah, exactly. Right. Eggs at $10 and no employment growth except government, which Elon is going to take care of. So you got to have lower rates and you got to have economic growth. And the only way to do that is crypto. What people don't realize, right? And here's another great little headline. What people don't realize is the most beautiful thing in the world for wealth creations is to get everyone short, right? Is to get everyone short and then put high-powered money in the system. Talked about this yesterday on stream. The Treasury just put $170 billion of high-powered money in the system. Now, you're like, what's high-powered money? I don't actually know. It's not M2. Crypto Twitter is now an M2 expert after being a tariffs expert, after being a DeepSeek expert, after being an Ethereum security expert. It's just unbelievable. High-powered money, you'll read about it in an economics textbook. Whatever it is, it's juice that makes the market immediately go up. So they put high-powered money in the system. Literally, Zero Hedge reported this 2 days ago. Everybody gets short. And boom, they make the announcement. Flying, right? It's like, hey, when alt season? It's not when alt season. It's when high-powered money. They had that in the system on Friday, and then boom. Here's something that I should have known. I should have known. And I have a personal story on this. So I've said before, the crypto industry will achieve our goals and beyond if we work together. Maximalism is the enemy of crypto's progress. Hence, what about my coin? Don't do it. Okay. Glad POTUS recognizing we live in a multi-chain world and that we're finally moving past broken thinking. Okay. Now, I should have known that this was coming because I actually got connected directly to Brad Garlinghouse. He was like, hey, Bill, what's up? Yeah, let me talk to my people, right? And then that was before the inauguration. Of course, that was massive hype cycle. Then at $2, at $2 XRP, I came back in. I said, hey, Brad, let's talk, man. The hype's died down. Great time to have a conversation. Crickets. Why? Because they were doing a strategic reserve. He went radio silent because they were doing it. They were doing it. And they're not just doing it, they're doing it huge. Huge. Okay, Altcoin Daily letting us know what the list is. XRP, right? Hedera wasn't up yesterday, but, XRP has a partnership with Hedera. Litecoin, Chainlink. Chainlink, they sold down to 13 the other day. Just destroyed it. Below its Luxalgo equilibrium zone. You can't believe what these charts look like, right? Avalanche, Pengu. Oh, yeah, by the way, Bitcoin. You know what I'm saying? Algorand could tokenize gold. They're smoking. Everyone's like, well, what happened to my coin? I was like, well, dude, if you don't have confidence in your coin, okay, find one of these coins. I mean, this is pretty simple, folks. This is not complicated. You do not need it. You don't need an artificial intelligence system to figure out that, Avalanche is headquartered in Brooklyn, right? Aave is the DeFi platform World Liberty operates on. Render was at its discount zone, just left for dead. Nobody wants to talk. Nobody. Filecoin. Are you kidding me? Aptos, right? No one wants to talk about it. Bitcoin Cash. Roger Ver. Go, baby, go. Do you know Roger Ver has a section of Spain set up where you can pay in Bitcoin Cash? God, they dropped the charges on that guy. It's going to go to 1,000. It's just like, it's unbelievable. And even still, like I said, everyone's like, what about my coin? Dude, your coin's fine. Your coin's fine. And if it's not fine, rotate out of it. It's a great time. Everything's up 20%. Okay. Now you make a decision on what you want to do. Boom. It's that simple. It really is. Because they're going to moon it all. They are. They have to moon it all. I've been saying this for a month, and then I got interrupted with the North Korean hackers to the point where I couldn't even talk on television. This is the only group that got content when it was going down. I couldn't even do any of my stuff. I couldn't even make a short video. It's like, today for our short video, we have, and then when it's the abyss, they hit you with this. Franklin Templeton says we expect to see Bitcoin reserves added by several nations. And you know what, folks? I'm just telling you right now, this is not priced into Bitcoin. This is not. You start having multiple countries, multiple states, everybody getting involved. This is not priced in, particularly if you have problems, which are conveniently off the air. You got two big problems. Okay. I don't know if I have a slide to get to it, but we'll talk about it. Solana surpasses all blockchains index volume. Boy, did these guys save Solana. They saved them from pump.fund. Now these validators who just, they do nothing but sell because trading is free on Solana. It's not free. The validators, they get paid in Solana to provide it, and they dump Solana into the market. So Solana doesn't go up as much as other stuff does. But if the strategic reserve and the ETF are going to absorb that stuff, then maybe Solana can start trading, hopefully on something other than pump.fund. China is holding closed-door meetings about a strategic Bitcoin reserve. My God, did these guys screw up. The thought of Texas doing all the Bitcoin mining instead of these characters. Oh, my God. It literally warms my heart and all the cold warriors in my family. Holy cow. It's like we own it. We own the narrative. We got Michael Saylor. We got huge facilities in Texas that have been being built for 3 years. It's objectively hilarious that Trump announced a strategic reserve, yet Wall Street can't participate because they have antiquated hours of operations at their exchange. Or Michael Saylor wanted everybody squeezed out of MicroStrategy, or they wanted max bang for the buck because they don't want people shorting equities. Folks, let me explain something to you. You are going to have two problems in the United States. One of them is that interest rates are too high, and the other one is that the housing market is locked. And actually, there's a third problem, is that the employment situation is not good. It's not. You got people losing their jobs in the government. You have large tech corporations rearranging their, let's just say, their HR policies, right? So it makes it easier for them to shed people because they're going to buy machines and data centers instead. Okay. So that could create a substantial correction in housing. Like right now, the housing market's not trading. Everybody's got their expensive houses for sale and nobody can afford to buy them. But if you have an employment disruption and people have to sell the houses, you just saw what forced selling did to crypto. Imagine what forced selling could do to housing. I don't know, man. They got to do something about that. That could happen regardless. They got to get a wealth effect created somehow. They got to get Web3 and crypto going because that could happen. I mean, what do you think these guys, the Soros guys, the Fed, or you think these guys are stupid? They're not stupid. They just showed you that they're going to do shock value. Well, they just told Wall Street, you want to get short, you want to bet against equities, you want to bet against crypto. Okay. You can go home Friday and lie in the bed with the covers pulled over your head because we're going to blow you out on Monday. So don't ever do this again because, again, those other problems exist. They exist, and the only way they're going to grow out of it is crypto, and people do not understand this. They just don't. They don't. Metaplanet bought another 156 Bitcoin for 2 billion yen. Yeah, of course they did, man. They got a currency problem over there. They got an everything problem over there. You think they're ever going to stop? They are not going to stop. These guys from Metaplanet, they're like, how can we borrow more money? Like, it's funny that, people have become immune to Michael Saylor, right? It's just like, oh yeah, Michael Saylor has this like huge, unfathomable amount of Bitcoin. They don't understand how he borrows money to do it. It's understandable, right? Because it's fancy legacy finance gymnastics, right? But the smaller players start doing it, like Metaplanet or, I don't know, Georgia. You know what I'm saying? Like small operations start doing it. People will start getting it. President Trump's crypto czar says more to come. Bro, I hope so. Don't give me the venture capital BS. Get it done. And that's what the orange man's told him, right? They cannot, it just can't happen, right? You cannot have a bunch of North Korean hackers just derail this whole thing after they bull posted it for 2 months before the election. And the thing is, people didn't even believe it then. Then they unwound the whole rally. You got to think about how insane this was 3 days ago. I'm sitting here looking at charts going, what are we doing? I can't even talk about this. As Solana was back where it was in September, right? XRP, high profile people going, I'm just selling my whole bag. XRP was at 50 cents for 6 years and it went up for like a month and everyone's like, I'm out, I'm done. Like, dude, did you hear anything this guy had to say? Anything. I think it's that they heard us. They don't understand the context and they want their bags moved right away. And then as soon as something negative happens, everyone bails. You got to start thinking about crypto as long-term investments. That's what people don't want to hear. They want to hear it's like 2021, all the way up, all the way down. It's got to go up so I can dump my bag on everyone's head before it goes down 90%. Now, we happen to be doing that in little spurts, not every 4 years, but people got to start thinking about writing out these declines, these 62% retracements, which you're going to get, which you do get in a normal market. Crypto is now a normal market. It's like a commodity. It's not backed by the Fed, so you're going to get these retracements. And when you do, you got to take advantage of them. Elon Musk now following pro-Bitcoin Senator Cynthia Lummis. Yeah, Elon, because sending people emails and terrorizing government workers who might be doing their job isn't cool anymore. It was cool for like a month. And where did that get us? Hacked down 25% and the growth narrative out the window. When is Elon and Tesla going to get on the Bitcoin bandwagon? It's like, hey, bro, you started the whole Doge mania. You sell cars to people. When are you going to start accepting crypto for the cars? Right? I mean, seriously. Everybody looks at this guy like he's some sort of superhero. Okay, great. It all looks good on TV, but let's get with the program. Let's like dole out the money now, right? Like right now. Okay. I guess this is worth reading again. I will make sure the U.S. is the crypto capital of the world. We are making America great again. See, people read this and they're like numb to the rhetoric. The crypto capital of the world means giant skyscrapers like the ones in Dubai. Remember, everybody's like, "Wow, you got to get out of the United States because of Gensler. You got to move. I'm moving. I'm leaving. I'm going to Switzerland. I'm going to somewhere. I'm going, I don't know. Where are you going?" These guys are all going to be buying $5 million citizenship gold card to get their butts back over here. Start with Vitalik. It's going to happen. It's just a question of when, right? Just a question of when. $330 billion added to the cryptocurrency market cap in 4 hours. Translated into English, if you ever get short this thing again, we will rip your face off. You want to sell? We told you we wanted to go up and you sold it. Okay. Good morning, crypto. Sunday morning, bang, 330 billion. All the shorts liquidated. Don't ever short this thing. Don't ever sell it. You have been told twice they told you. Not you, you know what I'm saying. You, as in the broader royal you. You have been told twice. And again, they went right back to selling it this morning. Somebody's saying, yeah, ETH was up 30% yesterday, 25% yesterday, but it's down 8% today. It's not up only, and I'm not happy. All right, dude. Well, I understand that. You wanted it to go straight up. I had a live stream that was flying yesterday. It just stopped because the market stopped, right? Crypto people want 2021, and they're not getting it. What they're going to get is Web3 moving like QQQ. That will eventually sink in. So these exchanges, right? They liquidated everybody all the way down. They took advantage of the forced selling. They collected hundreds of millions of dollars. I actually think that these guys are worse than Pump.Fun. These levered, these places that offer these massive levered perp trading, everyone loses. The trading desks at these firms, they know where the stops are. Everyone puts their money on the table. They run the stops. They get everybody's money. Spot goes down. Everyone changes the narrative, and it's all BS. BlackRock was standing down there, literally standing down there. I'm not kidding. It's like I got this tweet, and I knew what was going to happen. I didn't know. Actually, my colleague did. And then I was like, oh, my God. BlackRock, this is dated what? The 28th? BlackRock is buying all the coins back that it sold. So the ETF, they had to sell for the ETF, and then they just bought it all back for their own account. And they put the ETFs in their portfolio. Thank you very much for coming in. Thank you for coming in. Binance liquidates everybody. Binance, BlackRock, Michael Saylor, Mike Novogratz take everything. Everything. And then the orange man comes in and says, don't ever do this again. It's like last chance shopping for these guys. It's unreal. Unreal that they did this. Okay, so I get the rationale for a Bitcoin reserve, says the guy who hates Bitcoin. I don't agree with it, but I get it. We have a gold reserve. Bitcoin is digital gold, which is better than analog gold. So let's create a Bitcoin reserve too. But what's the rationale for XRP? XRP is designed for fast, efficient cross-border payments. It solves issue related to liquidity and transaction speed in the banking system, which is all true. By holding XRP reserve, institutions could facilitate quicker transactions and reduce transaction costs. Yes, but why does the government need a strategic reserve of XRP? Bro, because it's fast money. It's fast money. Why would the U.S. government hold silver? Why does it hold crude oil? Right? Why does it hold copper? Right? It has a use. It's fast money. It's a way to pay for stuff. What's so special about XRP? They just hate it. It's this tribal thing, right? My coin, your coin. No. Garlinghouse is right about this. The establishment of U.S. strategic Bitcoin reserve will lead to further growth in Bitcoin for corporations. Interesting. You know, people, the thing is, people treat Bitcoin like it's a rock. It's like, oh, I'm going to take the rock, the digital rock, and put it somewhere and hope it goes up. You know, corporations need to start accepting this stuff, start using it, like XRP, like Bitcoin Cash. Like, they need to start using cryptocurrency. It's like John McAfee thing. Use it, right? The cryptocurrency is a currency for the people. Buy it, use it, and look at the price every 3 months. I got to find this tweet. Now I got to find it. So somebody put this up. Somebody put this up about, I got a couple of insane graphs here. A comment from McAfee that everybody blew off. Okay. This is from 2019. Do not under any circumstances panic at any price drop, sudden or otherwise. Surely I have demonstrated that short-term fluctuations have absolutely no meaning. Just check the price once every 2 or 3 months if you want to be pleased each time you check. Okay. That was the sentiment at 80K from a major Bitcoin holder. Okay. And then you got this other tweet, which is really unbelievable. Okay. Truly, that some guy has figured out how to do, I don't know what he says, right? Like, so he does something where he like scales the price action, maybe looks at it in percentage terms, but he essentially converts Bitcoin today, you know, into, he uses prices and from the past to sort of wonder about where Bitcoin could go in the future, given how it's behaved in the past. Let's put it that way. So currently Bitcoin is at 85K. And if it moves like it did in 2012, it'll go to 655. If it moves like it did in 2016, it'll go to 200. And if it moves like it did in 2020, it could go to 390. 316 days after halving. There hasn't been a cycle. Everyone's like, the cycle's over. You know how many cycles over? DMs I got? The cycle's over. What do I do? And I was like, well, I don't know. Do I got to go on the air and say the cycle's over? And then I got, you know, we put our heads together over here and we're like, no, we're not doing that. Matter of fact, we're going to tell people it's going the other way. And I got some of that out the door before this thing turned. Okay, so you need to understand that CoinGecko, Banter Bubbles, all of these services have got made in America cryptos now. They got lists. Near, no one wants to talk about it. Layer 2s for ETH, Optimism, Story, very interesting coin. Okay. Maker was going up before this happened. I mean, you know, Gala Games, you know, Pudgy Penguins is there, right? Akash sponsored Consensus 2 years ago or a year ago, right? Basic Attention Token, DeFi, basic DeFi. I mean, it goes on and on, right? There's a lot of these things here, a lot of them in like 300 market cap. You know what I'm saying? Like Goldfinch, real world assets that had a problem and that token was destroyed. Moonwell, right? Orca, Solana trading. If Radium gets in trouble for Pump.Fun. The chameleon factor, understanding the recent momentum unwind and its implication for the market and Bitcoin. So this is TLDR from Jordy Visser. I'm going to give you the bottom line. Everyone's looking for a crash in stocks. You probably won't get it. You'll get sector rotation. It's just another AI-based disruption, right? AI creates a world where everything moves different than it has. And the only constant that the guy wants to talk about is Bitcoin, the chameleon of chameleons. How many paragraphs did Bitcoin get in an equities AI newsletter? Because he thinks Bitcoin is the ultimate AI play. Because if you have $10,000 worth of Bitcoin, you'll survive whatever is coming next. How many paragraphs did Bitcoin get? 1, 2, that big one there, right? 3. Bitcoin got 2 huge paragraphs. It's going up, people. That's it. Bitcoin dominance dropped from 55 to 50. It was at 62 at the height of the debacle. I saw like 61 point something. Everyone just gave up on Web3 like it wasn't happening. It's happening. Just a reminder, I will never DM you first. Nobody will DM you first. Charles Hoskins' Instagram is terrible. I have this Instagram that I don't use. I had the person that runs it put up a post that said, this is closed. I will never DM you first. I had to close it. I left it there, but there's a post on there that says, yeah, I will never do this. Right? Somebody took $50,000 from somebody and they won't shut it down. I will never DM you first. I will never ask you for money. It's unbelievable. It's like, this is like the self-installed kill switch. Like, this is what makes news, and we need to make this so big that these scammers are irrelevant. The problem is the scammers and the hackers are bigger than the real business people in crypto, and that's got to end. You're never going to get rid of the scammers, but again, Wall Street has scammers, but how big is Wall Street? How big is the legacy financial markets? Ever been to Hong Kong? Ever been to London? The problem isn't that we have scams, although that is a problem. The problem is everything else is not like Michael Saylor and Mike Novogratz gigantic. I love the genius of announcing a strategic reserve on Sunday when traditional markets are closed and Wall Street sleeps. In other words, don't ever go home short on Friday ever again, or you will be unemployed. We will blow you out of the water. Don't do it. For the first time, retail investors win. Traditional finance better catch up or it will become extinct. Again, reminding you once again, don't ever get short crypto. Don't do it. The world no longer runs Monday through Friday. In conclusion, don't ever get short crypto. You've been told. You've been told. Okay. Antivirus released NFTs on Magic Eden. Sorry, that's kind of random, right? Now, on a silly note, right? So, a major crypto influencer has something about John McAfee going on his YouTube. This guy's having a tough time. Just so you know, Gordon Law was retained by McAfee for defense against all the bad things that the government wanted to do. Okay. It's amazing that if you read this, these are the charges that they brought against McAfee. And now the government is not only going in the opposite direction, they're embracing everything that McAfee ever said. Okay. And I can tell you this right now. Okay. He's claiming that these are the people. And here's what I can tell you very simply from interviewing Janice, his wife. Whoever did whatever they did to John McAfee and then scared Janice before and after he passed, you don't want to meet those people. You just don't. So I know it's out there. I know it's PR. I know it's cool. Okay. We should all think about what happened when guys like this suffered because everyone hated crypto. And we should think about that when the market is down, not when it's up, right? We should think about it in both cases. Okay, altcoins. So Arrow, let's make the point. 13 bottom, goes all the way down, unwinds everything that happened last year, the entire rally, everything. September to the top in December, they unwound it all. Right? They confirmed the 13 bottom, which is the most important point. And if you get dips over the next 3 days, you should take advantage of those dips. Right? So Solana on a monthly chart. Now, here's what's fascinating about Solana. Solana cannot get above 180. I don't know what it is about 180 in Solana, but it just can't get through there. Okay, so Solana goes to 120, some ungodly price. We'll go over the chart. Okay, it's got to get above 180. I mean, it's not a problem. I'm just saying it's got to do that because this is what the big level is on the Solana monthly chart. Now, XRP. Here's the thing about XRP on a weekly basis, right? What you need to understand is, right, there was a bottom in XRP. Okay, this 13 bottom in XRP, what was never confirmed. In other words, you need the quantitative system to start to count the other way. And guess what? It just started to do that. It just started to do that. So the bottom in XRP has just been confirmed. It's the same thing in Bitcoin, right? Bitcoin hit a 13 bottom. You have a nice zero signal here. And then they confirm it with yesterday's God candle. No offense intense. No offense intended. So I don't know what you could call yesterday other than that. Like the bottom in Bitcoin is in. What about my coin? Your coin will follow Bitcoin. Okay. So Cardano coming back, you know, it fell below this line and then it exploded through it. And now it's just retesting it. That's it. That's it. I mean, you know, if you look at ETH monthly, you had a 13 top over here. This is right before FTX. So the market goes down and everybody was bullish for 1, 2, 3 months. You see him making a higher high here? Subtle. They just couldn't stop buying it. And then boom, FTX comes out and just vaporized. Now it's the same thing. They can't stop selling it. They hate 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 it. They can't stop hating it. 13 bottom. And then if this thing goes the other way, somebody makes one announcement about ETH. Everyone's saying, oh, it's ETH's fault about the hack. And, oh, you know, it's like that, you know, ETH doesn't get it. Fire Vitalik, put in some 18-year-old. Oh, they could use some new blood over there, I guess. But you don't have a cycle until you have ETH. And the catch-up rally that you could have, and Benjamin Cohen said this, if you put high-powered money in the system, ETH flies. And they're not going to stop putting high-powered money in the system because they need housing to not crash or not crash as bad. They need to cushion this employment situation, and they need to get the wealth effect going. And it's not going to happen in equities. So all they can do is hold that up and move crypto. People do not understand how bullish this is. They just don't. They just think the government buys their bags and their bags go up. That is not what's going on here. It's not. It's not an understood thing yet. Okay. Let's see who's here. Oh, will Ski Mask Dog come back? Yeah. Arrow, we covered first thing right out of the gate. Is it true that 45 to 55% of all XRP is owned by Ripple currently? That I don't know. But, you know, what Ripple does with XRP moves XRP. That's, you know, I don't know how much XRP they have. But maybe what they can start doing is stop dumping whatever they have on the market and let that be absorbed by the ETF or the government so that Ripple has money to become a big company, which is what the orange man wants. Okay, Ski Mask Dog, thank God. Right. Ski Mask Dog finally did something good, taking out 8 cents. So we are now above a fib retracement level, and finally something good is happening. Okay, I'm sure somebody will figure out Ski Mask is an American-made crypto. People were asking me, should I liquidate Arrow? Should I keep Ski? You know, I didn't say anything about Ski. I just told them make sure you keep quality stuff like Arrow. You know, I really hope for people's sake that this thing goes back up. I mean, something in the meme coin space will go back up. I hope it's this. I don't anticipate this being in the strategic reserve. But for the sake of the people who own it, I mean, look, it's very simple. And Ski has been doing this. It goes below a level. It stops everyone out, and they can't do a reclaim. That's what they did here. That's what they did here. That's what they did here, and that's what they did here until now. So it's like, let's go. Let's go. I mean, the stuff that was up yesterday, okay, let's look at whatever is what's up today. What are they going after? Right? DGen is doing okay. Right? Let's go to real world assets to see if you got anything going on over there. Nope, that's all down this morning. But, I will tell you this. If you look, if you look at total altcoin market cap, I mean, this is really unbelievable. Okay, this is total 3. Total 3 is total altcoin market cap. So probably a little hard to see, but Lux Algo draws this pennant formation. Okay. They look like they're going to break out of the bottom. Okay. Here comes from the Eagle King about XRP. %38 of XRP is in escrow. Ripple's ownership percentage is falling. The percentage of Bitcoin, MicroStrategy, and BlackRock own is increasing. What will you say in a few years when the percentage ownership crosses? Again, people fudding XRP. Hats off to the Eagle King. I don't get it. It's like people want to be negative. They want to kill everything. It's like, look at total 3. So this is total altcoin market cap. Let's focus on what's going on here. So Lux Algo draws a couple of trend lines. Let's super focus, right? So total crypto market cap breaks out. Total crypto market cap, altcoin market cap comes back down again. How nice. They're doing a retest. You have to get used to this. No one likes everyone loves TA. No one loves retracements, and no one likes retests. If it doesn't go straight up, people lose their mind. I mean, do you realize for this to get to its premium zone, this could go from 848 billion to 1.13 trillion. That's a 33% increase. So can you imagine XRP, Solana, or Cardano, all these low caps? That's the big caps. And then there's the low caps underneath it. If you add 30% to the big coins, what's going to happen to the small coins? They're going to smoke to the upside. Barachain, the Kaizen guys are telling you about these coins. No one's paying attention. This could just absolutely smoke to the upside. I bet it's going on in total 2 as well. Right? I mean, these were the key charts because this thing broke down and then reversed. Same thing going on in total 2, right? You break out of this pattern on the downside, you fake everyone out, and now you're coming back and doing a retest right here. Doesn't get any better than that. Doesn't get any better than that. It's like, oh, I missed it. Oh, yesterday was like, I can't buy it because I missed it. Today it's, I can't buy it because it's down, right? No, do you see this? Do you see what's going on? Can you just look at the chart? Looking at the chart is good, but you got to look at the chart and say, what does the chart mean? What does it mean? Right? All right. I think I'm just going to wrap it up right here. Here's the deal. So this group is really into the base network. Coinbase, the phone's going to ring over there and they're going to say, stop listing PopCat and get your act together. I love that Charles Hodgkins got on Gemini's case for not having Cardano. Okay. Every single American-made crypto, everything that comes out from America, everything that's on ETH, everything that's on Base, these guys are going to get phone calls to stop the nonsense and get with the program. Don't ever be short this again. If your coin is underperforming over the next month, okay, move to something else. But if we don't start getting positioned for Web3 after what they just did, I don't know what to tell anybody. They told Wall Street never to get short again. They said they're going to bull post this. They have no other option for massive economic growth. Bitcoin's got to be at 200K or people are going to be poor, right? If you have people without jobs, the people with jobs that have money, even if they're small, have to be able to generate enough income to hedge themselves against whatever is out there. That is frankly not the administration's fault in many ways. In some ways, yeah, they were already in power once. But you cannot have your citizens holding the bags, unable to afford food. Get whatever money you can scrape together, get it into Coinbase. We're coming. That's it. Full stop. That's the market update. We'll see you tomorrow.